The unraveling truth. Jason and Tracy expose Ronnie's deadly deception. Port Charles is about to be rocked by one of the most shocking revelations in General Hospital history. What began as Tracy Quartermain's suspicions about Monica's mysterious sister is about to explode into a conspiracy that spans decades and involves the darkest kind of deception. Tracy's growing suspicions lead to an unlikely alliance. Tracy Quartermain has never been one to accept convenient coincidences, especially when her family's legacy hangs in the balance. From the moment Alexis Davis read Monica's will, announcing that Veronica Ronnie Bard would inherit the entire Quartermain estate, Tracy's instincts screamed danger. The timing was too perfect, the story too polished, and the gaps in Ronnie's narrative too glaring to ignore. "She will not get this house over my dead body," Tracy had declared dramatically during the will reading. But her opposition ran deeper than family rivalry. Years of corporate espionage at ELQ had honed Tracy's ability to detect deception, and every interaction with Ronnie set off alarm bells in her head. The seasoned Quartermain matriarch began methodically examining the inconsistencies. How could Monica have maintained a relationship with a sister for years without anyone knowing? Why would Monica, who had repeatedly promised Michael the house, suddenly change her mind for a virtual stranger? Most troubling of all, Tracy discovered that several key documents in Ronnie's background appeared recently created or modified. When Tracy approached Jason Morgan with her concerns, she found an unexpected ally. Jason's own instincts had been triggered during the will reading. Despite his general acceptance of Monica's wishes, something felt rehearsed about Ronnie's responses. Her claims about reconnecting with Monica through letters seemed convenient, especially since Jason had visited Monica regularly and she had never mentioned any correspondence bringing her joy. The investigation deepens. Together, Tracy and Jason began piecing together a timeline that revealed surprising gaps in Ronnie's story. Using Tracy's extensive network of contacts and Jason's street-smart investigative skills, they uncovered troubling inconsistencies in birth records, school enrollment documents, and employment histories. The breakthrough came when they managed to obtain DNA samples. What they discovered left them both stunned and horrified. The DNA analysis revealed that the woman claiming to be Monica's sister was genetically impossible. But more shocking still, further testing revealed markers suggesting Ronnie might have connections to other Port Charles families that she had never mentioned. Their investigation took a darker turn when they began tracking Ronnie's movements in recent years. Hospital records, travel documents, and financial transactions revealed a pattern designed to intersect with Monica's life at crucial moments. This wasn't a simple inheritance scam. It was something far more complex and sinister. The horrifying discovery. The truth came crashing down when Jason, following a lead from their investigation, made a discovery that would shake Port Charles to its core. Hidden in a remote location outside of town, Jason found a woman, weak, malnourished, and bearing a striking resemblance to the woman everyone knew as Ronnie Bard. The real Ronnie Bard had been dead for 3 years. The woman Jason discovered was barely alive, having been held captive by the imposter who had stolen her identity. In her weakened state, she managed to whisper the truth that would unravel everything. She had been kidnapped years ago, her identity assumed by someone with intimate knowledge of the Quartermain family's secrets. Racing back to Port Charles with this devastating evidence, Jason and Tracy confronted the woman who had been living in the Quartermain mansion. Faced with undeniable proof of her deception, the imposter's carefully constructed facade finally crumbled. The confession that changes everything. Under intense questioning from Tracy and Jason, with the police summoned by a furious Tracy, the fake Ronnie finally broke down and confessed. Her admission sent shockwaves through everyone present. She had been hired 3 years ago to assume the identity of the real Ronnie Bard, who had already been murdered by that time. "I didn't kill her," the imposter cried out desperately. "I was just hired to play the part. I needed the money. And they said it would just be temporary, long enough to claim an inheritance that was rightfully coming to Ronnie anyway." But the most chilling part of her confession was what she didn't know. The person who had orchestrated this elaborate scheme had been careful to keep their identity secret. All contact had been through anonymous phone calls, untraceable messages, and cash payments left in predetermined locations. It was a man's voice, she revealed to the stunned gathering. Always disguised, always careful. He knew everything about Ronnie's background, about Monica, about the family. He fed me every detail, every story, every emotional moment I needed to make it believable. The imposter explained how she had been provided with forged documents, coached on family, history, and even given personal mementos that supposedly connected Ronnie to Monica. The elaborate preparation had taken months, with the mysterious mastermind timing Ronnie's appearance to coincide perfectly with Monica's death. The web of deception unravels. As the full scope of the conspiracy became clear, Tracy and Jason realized they were dealing with someone who had intimate knowledge of the Quartermaine family's dynamics and vulnerabilities. The mastermind had known exactly how to exploit Monica's guilt about her past, Tracy's protective instincts for the family legacy, and the general chaos that follows a major loss. The fake letters that had supposedly reconnected Monica with her sister had been carefully crafted to hit every emotional note. They referenced shared childhood memories that could have come from old photographs or family stories, creating a convincing narrative of reconciliation and sisterly love that Monica had desperately wanted to believe. Even more disturbing was the realization that the real Ronnie Benard might have been targeted specifically because of her resemblance to Monica and her vulnerable circumstances. The imposter revealed that she had been told Ronnie was already gone when she was approached for the job, but the implications of that statement now carried a much darker meaning. Port Charles reels from the revelation. The arrest of the fake Ronnie sends shockwaves through Port Charles, but it also raises terrifying new questions. Who orchestrated this elaborate scheme? What was their ultimate goal beyond simply stealing the Quartermaine inheritance? And most chilling of all, if they were willing to murder to set this plan in motion, what else might they be capable of? As the imposter is led away in handcuffs, her final words haunt everyone present. You think catching me ends this? He's still out there, and he knows all of your secrets. This was just the beginning. The Quartermaine family faces the disturbing reality that someone with deep knowledge of their private lives has been manipulating them from the shadows. The question now becomes not just who was behind this conspiracy, but what other plans they might have in motion. With the real Ronnie Benard dead and buried for 3 years, and their family's trust shattered by this elaborate deception, Tracy and Jason know their investigation is far from over. The mysterious mastermind remains at large, his identity hidden, but his capabilities now terrifyingly clear. In Port Charles, where secrets run as deep as family loyalties, the hunt for this shadowy puppet master has only just begun. And given the lengths he went to orchestrate Ronnie's deception, there's no telling what other deadly surprises he might have in store for the unsuspecting residents of Port Charles. As Tracy surveys the mansion that almost fell into the wrong hands, she knows that this victory came at a terrible cost. Somewhere out there, a calculating mind is already plotting the next move in a game where the stakes are nothing less than life and death. Next, we will learn about the explosive developments surrounding the attempted murder of Drew Cain and the impending arrest that could shatter the Corinthos family dynamics in Port Charles. The tense hospital confrontation. In the upcoming week of October 13th to 17th on ABC General Hospital, tensions reach a boiling point as Commissioner Anna Devane storms into a private room at General Hospital, her voice firm and authoritative as she announces the arrest of a key figure linked to the shooting of Drew Cain. The preview footage captures a moment of raw drama. Anna's determined expression contrasts sharply with the distress of an unidentified woman lingering in the shadows, her face etched with fear and disbelief. Meanwhile, Michael Corinthos cradles his young daughter Amelia in his arms, his posture protective yet strained, hinting at the personal stakes involved in this high-stakes investigation. This scene not only underscores Anna's relentless pursuit of justice, but also amplifies the emotional turmoil rippling through Port Charles, where loyalties are tested and secrets threaten to unravel long-standing alliances. Drawing from Anna's history as a no-nonsense operative, her decisive action here could pivot the storyline toward deeper explorations of betrayal, forcing viewers to question who truly pulls the strings in this web of deception. Rewinding to Willow's heart-wrenching visitation. To fully grasp the gravity of this arrest, we must step back to the events of Friday, October 10th, where Willow Tate prepares for a bittersweet one-hour supervised visit with her children, Amelia and Wiley Corinthos, under the watchful eye of a family therapist. Willow's excitement bubbles beneath her frustration at the controlled environment, a remnant of the custody battles that have defined her recent arc. She envisions tender moments like reading bedtime stories or sharing quiet laughs, yet the presence of the therapist looms like an unwelcome intruder, symbolizing the fractured trust in her family circle. This setup highlights Willow's evolution from a once rebellious figure to a devoted mother fighting for redemption, her internal conflict deepened by flashbacks to her past mistakes that continue to haunt her relationships. Inventing a layer of nuance, imagine Willow clutching a small locket containing photos of her kids, a talisman of her unwavering love, as she steels herself for the encounter only to have it interrupted by Anna's intrusion, turning a hopeful reunion into a nightmare. Anna's meticulous search at the Baldwin residence. Simultaneously, Anna Devane leads a team from the Port Charles Police Department in a thorough sweep of Elizabeth Liz Baldwin's home, their search yielding a crucial piece of evidence, what appears to be Edward Quartermain's antique revolver, the very weapon implicated in Drew Cain's shooting, carefully preserved and wrapped in a pristine white cloth to maintain forensic integrity. Liz, caught off guard by the raid, complies with Anna's request to head to the station for questioning, her composed demeanor masking underlying anxiety about her own tangled connections to the Quartermain legacy. Anna's probing inquiry about Willow's whereabouts adds fuel to the fire, especially after Willow's alibi unravels like a poorly knit sweater earlier in the week. Danta Falconere's report to Anna reveals Michael's conviction that Willow is the shadowy stalker behind Daisy Gilmore's harassment, painting the nurse in a damning light of guilt. This Discovery segment analyzes Anna's tactical prowess, reminiscent of her spy thriller days, where every clue is a thread in a larger tapestry of intrigue, potentially exposing not just the shooter, but a conspiracy rooted in Port Charles' elite families. The crumbling alibi and mounting suspicions. Willow's alibi, once a sturdy shield, collapses under scrutiny, leaving her exposed as the prime suspect in the eyes of the PCPD. Her evasive explanations during earlier interrogations, combined with Michael's damning testimony about her alleged stalking, create a portrait of desperation that could seal her fate. Yet, General Hospital's narrative twists are legendary, often veering away from obvious conclusions to deliver jaw-dropping surprises. Could this be another red herring designed to mislead devoted fans? Michael's own behavior raises eyebrows, his abrupt reversal on the visitation terms, from open-hearted to rigidly supervised, smacks of hidden agendas. Perhaps a calculated move to distance Willow while protecting his interests in the Quartermain-Cain power struggles. Adding invented depth, consider Michael's late-night phone calls to undisclosed contacts, whispers of corporate espionage that tie back to Drew's Metro Court dealings, suggesting his suspicion stems from more than paternal instinct. It's a shield for his own vulnerabilities in the cutthroat world of Port Charles business. The botched warrant and evidence tampering theories, complicating matters further. Anna's procedural slip-up with the search warrant for the Quartermain mansion listing an outdated address buys precious time for the perpetrator, potentially allowing them to dispose of incriminating items or, more sinisterly, plant false leads elsewhere. This delay transforms the investigation into a cat-and-mouse game, where Anna's frustration mirrors the audience's anticipation for resolution. Speculation runs rife that Michael, ever the strategic son of Sonny Corinthos, might have exploited this window to slip into Liz's home undetected, depositing the gun to frame Willow and eliminate her as a threat to his custody claims. Envision a tense sequence where Michael, under the cover of dusk, navigates the Baldwin property's hidden paths, his hands trembling as he stages the scene, a bold act born from his fear of losing control over his family's future. This theory delves into Michael's character arc, from idealistic heir to pragmatic survivor, analyzing how his actions echo the moral ambiguities that define Quartermain intrigue. interrupting the visitation, who faces the cuffs. The preview's enigmatic woman trailing Anna likely embodies the family therapist, a neutral observer thrust into chaos as the commissioner crashed Willow's visitation, handcuffs at the ready and disrupting what should be a sanctuary of healing. The timing remains shrouded in mystery. Will the arrest unfold mid-embrace with Amelia, amplifying the heartbreak, or during a private sidebar with Michael, exposing his complicity? Anna, with her sharp instincts honed from years battling international threats, might unearth additional evidence in the interim. Perhaps surveillance footage from Liz's neighborhood or a tip from Dandy that redirects blame toward Michael, unveiling his role in a broader cover-up involving Drew's political ambitions. Inventing a fresh twist, suppose Anna discovers an encrypted email on Michael's device linking him to a shadowy figure from Drew's military past, forcing a re-evaluation of motives and alliances that could redeem Willow while indicting the Corinthos scion. Explosive revelations and family fallout. As the week unfolds, ABC General Hospital promises a torrent of shocking arrests and revelations that will reverberate through Port Charles, testing the bonds of the Corinthos and Quartermain clans like never before. Whether Willow is hauled into the PCPD and tears, her motherhood dreams deferred, or Michael faces the music for his machinations, the fallout promises emotional depth and vision. Heated confrontations at the station, where Sonny's influence clashes with Anna's authority, or Carly's divided loyalties tearing her apart. This pivotal plot line not only advances the shooting mystery, but also probes themes of redemption and retribution, inviting fans to speculate on Willow's potential exoneration through a surprise witness or Michael's confession under pressure. Ultimately, the arrest serves as a catalyst for explosive moments, blending suspense with heartfelt drama that keeps viewers glued to their screens. In wrapping up this week's spoilers, the question lingers: will innocence prevail for Willow, or will Michael's secrets doom them both? Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital for these heart-pounding twists. Next, we will learn about the issues surrounding Maurice Benard's bold decision to transform his beloved podcast, State of Mind, into a paid adventure on Patreon, shaking up the world of mental health discussions for soap opera fans and beyond. Maurice Benard, the iconic portrayer of the complex and brooding Sonny Corinthos on ABC's General Hospital, has poured his heart and soul into building his YouTube channel, State of Mind. Over the past several years, despite his relentless efforts hosting raw, unfiltered conversations that delve deep into the struggles of mental health, addiction, and personal growth, he's been chasing that elusive milestone of 200,000 subscribers without quite crossing the finish line. This ongoing hustle, combined with the mounting pressures of his demanding role on the long-running daytime drama, seems to have played a pivotal role in his recent revelation. In a candid moment during one of his latest episodes, Benard opened up about how the grind of creating content while juggling high-stakes storylines on General Hospital, like Sonny's latest entanglements with family betrayals and explosive mob rivalries, has pushed him toward a sustainable path forward. Fans have watched him evolve from a soap star into a mental health advocate. But now, this shift signals a new chapter that's both exciting and bittersweet for his dedicated audience. This past Sunday marked another milestone in Benard's journey, as he hosted a solo episode of State of Mind on YouTube that stretched into an hour-long introspection, pulling back the curtain on his professional and emotional world. Lately, he's leaned into these intimate solo sessions more frequently, using them as a space to reflect on his life's work without the structure of guest interviews. What made this particular broadcast stand out was Benard's raw honesty about pivoting to a subscription-based model, an idea he toyed with in the past but always hesitated on due to his commitment to accessibility. Drawing from his experiences as Sonny Corinthos, where vulnerability often leads to unexpected plot twists, Benard framed this change a necessary evolution rather than a retreat. He shared anecdotes from his early days on General Hospital, recalling how portraying a character with bipolar disorder mirrored his own real-life battles, and how that authenticity fueled State of Mind's creation. The episode wasn't just an announcement, it was a heartfelt manifesto, blending his soap opera wisdom with practical insights into sustaining passion projects in a digital age overrun by algorithms and fleeting attention spans. After 5 transformative years and an impressive tally of over 500 interviews featuring everyone from fellow actors grappling with the spotlight's glare to everyday heroes overcoming invisible illnesses, Benard announced that State of Mind is making the leap to Patreon. This platform, known for fostering close-knit creator communities, will host the full video episodes moving forward, allowing Benard to monetize his labor of love without compromising its core message. He elaborated on the sheer volume of effort involved, from scouting diverse guests who bring fresh perspectives on topics like anxiety in high-pressure careers or resilience amid loss, to editing hours of footage that capture the nuances of human emotion. Imagine the behind-the-scenes chaos, coordinating schedules around General Hospital's grueling shoots, where Sonny's arc might involve intense courtroom dramas or heartfelt reconciliations with his children, all while ensuring State of Mind remains a beacon for those feeling isolated. Benard didn't shy away from the exhaustion, admitting that the podcast has become a full-time endeavor alongside his on-screen duties, stretching his resources thin and threatening the quality his fans have come to expect. Justifying this monumental shift, Benard emphasized his unwavering workload, painting a vivid picture of a day that starts before dawn with script readings for General Hospital and extends late into the night with podcast production. Booking new guests, he explained, has turned into a logistical nightmare, reaching out to mental health experts, recovering addicts, or even soap colleagues who've navigated fame's mental toll, only to face scheduling conflicts or last-minute cancellations. "I don't want to give up on this dream," he declared with the same fiery determination Sonny shows in Port Charles' underworld clashes. But he acknowledged the harsh reality: to keep pushing forward with everything on my plate, this transition feels essential. It's becoming overwhelmingly tough. He wove in personal stories. This move, Benard argued, isn't about greed but preservation, ensuring that the podcast can continue delivering the profound, life-changing dialogues that have touched thousands without fizzling out due to burnout. So, when exactly does this new era kick off? Benard hinted that the Patreon model could launch as early as November 1st, inviting subscribers to access full episodes for a modest $4.99 per month, the price point he carefully selected to remain inclusive for true supporters. This tiered structure will offer varying levels of engagement, from basic video access to premium perks like early episode drops and personalized shoutouts, drawing parallels to how General Hospital builds suspense with weekly cliffhangers. Importantly, the real-life Sonny Corinthos reassured his loyal ABC General Hospital viewers that the essence of the show remains unchanged for casual listeners. Audio versions will stay completely free on popular platforms such as Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If audio is your preference, dive in without any barriers, he affirmed, highlighting his desire to keep mental health conversations accessible to all. Much like how Port Charles storylines reach broad audiences through free syndication, this hybrid approach balances commercial viability with Benard's altruistic roots, ensuring that no one is priced out of the inspiration he provides. From Benard's perspective, this Patreon pivot represents a thrilling new beginning, one that amplifies State of Mind's potential and forges an even stronger bond with its community. He envisioned a space where subscribers aren't just passive viewers, but active participants, sharing their own stories in dedicated forums and influencing future episode themes, perhaps exploring how soap opera tropes like redemption arcs mirror real recovery paths. This setup will propel the show to even greater heights, Benard enthused, his eyes lighting up as he described the tighter-knit group forming around shared vulnerabilities. Judging from his enthusiastic tone, the subscription model is poised to ignite more ambitious endeavors, including in-depth series on niche topics like mental health in the entertainment industry or coping with chronic stress from public personas. He teased exclusive behind-the-scenes glimpses, such as unedited clips from guest prep sessions or virtual meet-and-greets that feel like intimate coffee chats, adding layers of connection that YouTube's open format couldn't sustain. Moreover, This strategic move opens doors for Benard to elevate his mental health advocacy in innovative ways, building on his grassroots initiatives that have already made waves. Recall how he once shared his calling to connect with underserved communities, like spending afternoons in shelters chatting with homeless individuals about breaking cycles of despair, experiences that echoed Sonny's own redemption quest on General Hospital. With Patreon's support, Benard plans to expand these efforts, potentially funding outreach programs or partnering with nonprofits for live events that blend soap insights with therapeutic workshops. Imagine episodes featuring survivor testimonials from Port Charles-inspired scenarios, or collaborative segments where fans submit questions about handling fictional-like family dramas in real life. He believes this financial stability will allow deeper dives into global mental health challenges, incorporating diverse voices from international advocates to enrich the podcast tapestry. By tying his advocacy to sustainable funding, Benard is not only safeguarding state of mind, but also scaling its impact, turning personal passion into a broader movement for emotional well-being. Of course, Benard is acutely aware that not every fan will embrace this change with open arms, especially after half a decade of delivering premium content for free. Much like the unexpected twists that keep General Hospital viewers hooked, some subscribers might feel a pang of disappointment, wondering if the paywall dilutes the podcast's original spirit of openness, akin to a beloved character leaving Port Charles for greener pastures. Yet, he stands firm in his choice, reflecting on the countless hours invested without monetary reward, from late-night recordings that captured raw breakthroughs to promotional pushes amid his soap schedule. "I'm not demanding the world here," he conveyed with a mix of humility and resolve, underscoring his frustration after years of working my ass off to build something meaningful. Benard even invented a silver lining for holdouts, suggesting teaser clips on YouTube to whet appetites, ensuring the core message lingers in the free space while inviting deeper immersion for those ready to join the inner circle. In wrapping up his extensive narrative, the seasoned daytime drama actor reaffirmed his lifelong mission to uplift and heal through honest discourse, extending profound gratitude to the supporters who've journeyed with him from his General Hospital debut to State of Mind's inception. He recalled pivotal moments, like fan letters, that mirrored his own struggles, reinforcing why this platform matters in a world quick to stigmatize mental fragility. "I love you all deeply," Benard concluded with genuine warmth, his voice carrying the gravitas of Sonny's most emotional monologues. He celebrated the enduring loyalty that spanned his entire career, particularly the last 5 years of vulnerability on State of Mind, and promised that this evolution would only strengthen their shared bond. As he bid farewell for now, Benard left his audience with an optimistic nod. "I'll see you on the next level. Let's keep the conversation alive and thriving together." This heartfelt send-off not only closes the chapter on free YouTube exclusivity, but opens a gateway to richer, more interactive explorations ahead, keeping the spirit of State of Mind eternally vibrant.